Hello everyone, this is the recording for IS391 Unit 1. The grading will be done on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday following the Sunday due date. The technology late policy is as follows. A 7-day grace period will be provided for late homework submissions. Any work turned in within the 7 days of the original due date will be graded with 20% late penalty. Any work received after the 7-day grace period will receive a 0. No discussion posts will be accepted after the unit is complete. Corrections may be made to assignments, but not to discussions, quizzes, or the midterm. I will post feedback when I grade your assignments and discussions that you can use to make corrections to the assignments or improve the discussions in following units. Keeping up is very important in an online class because it becomes unmanageable when you get behind. Set aside time each week to work on the unit. Don't leave everything until Sunday. Attendance and participation are very important. Just logging in does not count as either. You must submit an assignment, post a discussion, or take a quiz to participate in the class and be considered in attendance. Lack of participation could result in your being withdrawn from the class. The Unit 1 reading is Chapter 1. Make sure you have the correct book, the PHP Programming with MySQL 2nd edition. The Unit 1 discussion, the initial post response to the topic is due Wednesday. The topic has to do with PHP and MySQL. So you can look at that topic for yourself. Initial post must be at least 100 words and reply 65 words. Also, you must have at least one APA reference and in-text citation within your initial post. 3 replies to other students are due by Sunday. Please do not submit a document for your discussion post, as students should be able to read your discussion without having to download a document. Remember that no discussion posts are allowed after the unit is done. Check the HU APA tip sheet found in Student Resource Center, Library, Citation Help. Page 3 is for the book, or a book, excuse me, page 6 for web articles. The full reference goes at the bottom of the post, and then in-text citation goes within the post to indicate what information came from your reference. You're required to install either Apache or IIS, PHP, and MySQL. The easiest way to do that is to install WAMP for Windows or MAP for Mac. If you go to the download, you'll find that it's very easy, and it installs Apache, PHP, and MySQL all at once. Now, once you have it installed, I use the 64-bit version, so the folder I have is WAMP64, and inside there is a www folder. You're going to create, weekly folders. I'm sorry, and then you will save your files into those folders so that you can run them using the WAMP server. The Unit 1 assignment is due Sunday. You're to create a single Word document that contains the following screenshots. The web browser showing the web address, either localhost or 127.0.0.1. I have the arrows here to notify you not to have a space between the slashes and the 127 or from the localhost. Otherwise, it won't work. So when you've typed in localhost, you will get the WAMP server index. You're to show more of it than I showed here, but you're supposed to show it so that I can see that you have Apache, PHP, and MySQL. The second one is to show the directory, the contents of the topmost folder of your PHP installation. So this is the directory. You're going to take your screenshot so it shows what's in this folder. For Unit 1, Assignment 2, you're going to complete Exercise 1-3 on page 70 to 71 of the textbook. So in this, you're going to create a new document. Use Notepad++ or another text editor. I like Notepad++ because it gives the numbers, and it also has different colors, so that helps you to know when things are correct. I kind of messed up here with the same. I guess I had two of this particular picture. But anyway, this part over here is what it's telling you to put in: the declaration, the element, header information, and element. So you need to type in all of this. This code is given you in the assignment. I'm just showing how it looks in Notepad++. Then you're going to add the paragraph element and standard PHP script delimiters to the document body. So here's the body. It's going to go inside there. Here's the script delimiters. And then next, you're going to put in the statement that goes in the script delimiter. So this makes up your script. Then you're supposed to have a comment that has your full name, completion date, and course number and section number. So in other words, your name, the date you completed the assignment, and IS391-7. And this is an example of a comment. If you go to page 21, it'll tell you more about comments. Save your file as singlefamilyhome.php in the chapter.01 folder that you created. So if you named it something different, you would still save it in that folder. Remember, that's in the www folder of WAMP64 or 32 if you have 32. You may skip the validation part. Open the code in the browser by typing localhost chapter.01 singlefamilyhome.php as I've typed here, and it puts the HTTP on it automatically. And then you'll see how your script runs. If it doesn't give this, then you've typed something incorrectly or have some kind of a mistake. Once you've got the script running, then you're going to submit the script, the PHP file, along with your Word document from Part 1. The Unit 1 quiz is due on Sunday. The predecessor to HTML is SGML. Comment line or a comment block, know what those are, page 21. Web design refers to the visual design and creation of the documents that appear on the World Wide Web. Know what URL stands for, page 627. You can use a web browser to display HTML web pages. When opening a web page from a web server, you must open it from the web server itself, not as a file in your web browser. Know what HTTP stands for, page 638. Lines that begin with the hash character, or pound sign as we call it, are considered comments and are ignored by Apache. Know what a binary operator requires, page 41. Apache, MySQL, and PHP are examples of what type of software. That's on page 392. In order to use a variable in your PHP script, first you must what? That's on page 23. What is the specific category of information that a variable contains? Page 30. Scripting language examples are Perl, Python, JavaScript, VBScript, and non-scripting languages C, C++, C#, VB.NET, and Java. With regards to programming languages, block comments and block if-then-else clauses usually deal with multiple lines of source code. To configure ports and other settings for Apache after installation, you must edit the httpd.config file. The alias directive identifies other directories that Apache can use to serve web pages. You configure PHP by modifying the PHP INI configuration file. JavaScript and PHP are both called what? Page 2. A web page document containing PHP code must have an extension of what? That's also on page 2. And here are my references. As you saw, some of them were not in the book. So, for instance, over here, that's why I have references listed. And this kind of gives you an example of how references should be done in APA. That's all I have for today. If you have any questions, please let me know.